everybody, Splint here. Welcome to Splint Reacts. If you are a returning subscriber, then guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay guys, this is it. This is the last ever Scrubs reaction on the channel. It's kind of bittersweet. It is. We've been doing this for 2 years, I think. Or maybe just over 2 years ago is when I posted the first reaction to Scrubs. There's gonna be some fun things at the end of this. We're gonna do a tier list. I'm gonna run through my favorite episode of each season and then kind of declare my favorite season overall. And I think that I think it deserves it. Honestly, I really do. If you are a Scrubs fan who has blacklisted season 9, I'll put a marker somewhere on the screen so you can jump to the Scrubs wrap up as a whole. But otherwise guys, we're gonna get into episode 12 of season 9, which is called Our Driving Issues. Enjoy the reaction. Play.
4 months into med school and we were getting on each other's nerves. Cole was especially good at it. Cole, you're wearing my scrubs. I had to wear the ones my mom made me.
You know girl scrubs make my ass pop.
That is so stupid. Damn, Mama wants a bite.
Ow, what was that for?
I don't know, I assume he did something stupid. Did he?
The sound effect. The sound effect.
Trang, I need you to put a new gown on Mrs. Gaynor. Be careful, she's off her meds, has 4-inch nails, and is convinced someone's trying to steal her skin.
Hey, talking man, baby. Come here. I am parked in the 10-minute parking zone.
You want me to move your car?
No, I love the space. What I want you to do is to pull out of and then back into the space every 10 minutes.
Trang, get over here right now.
We'd all been caught between Dr. Mahoney and Dr. Cox, and it felt like being in a pinball machine. And it always ended the same way, with Dr. Cox winning.
Dr. Kelso, I told you you can't be coming up in here stealing all the cars.
Actually, I'm here for a medical reason. I got a little bit lightheaded.
I wouldn't worry about it. A few years back, I got a little lightheaded myself. Turns out it was, well, it was diabetes. That's a bad example. As part of your practical doctoring class, we will be conducting physical exams on one another for the first time. Cole, put your pants back on.
Oh, my bad.
While doing these exams, some of you may experience something we like to call med student syndrome. It's a common condition where med students think they have the disease they're studying.
I think this is maybe only the second time we've seen Turk in a classroom. Which
Man,
I haven't
I just got
done that.
totally
that guy.
franked.
I feel like he's been an extra in loads of stuff. But yeah, I haven't seen Turk in the classroom a lot.
I say we just dive right in. Are you currently taking any medications? Have you had sex with multiple partners? You exercising regularly? And have you traveled outside the United States in the last couple months?
Yes, hell yes. Yes, I go to the bathroom 10 times a day, which for me is cardio.
Natch.
I recently flew to Bangkok, but I didn't actually get off the plane.
Right.
That's exactly what Trang needed. Driving back and forth in the parking lot, reinforcing every stereotype of Asian drivers. Look, you're the one who put me with the med students, so don't undermine me.
I'm in charge of you, and by the transitive property, anybody you're in charge of, I'm also in charge of. You see, I'm the boss around here. I can pretty much do whatever I want.
You just have to stand and nod like the sweet-mouthed little man-boy monkey toy that you truly are.
Mine. Leave.
Even though Dr. Turk warned us about med student syndrome, we couldn't help ourselves.
Dr. Turk, I've got scurvy and rickets.
That's a walk in the park compared to my early onset dementia. Where's my phone?
Actually, Cole does have a weird mole on his chest. I'm more worried about the pain in my throat. The T-pain. My boy sounds hella cool.
That's a bruise. You're just ticklish. Cole, the mole on your chest. Well, actually, the mole on your chest is something we need to check out. Cole, unfortunately, the biopsy shows that your mole is malignant. You have melanoma.
Skin cancer?
Ooh.
Oh, snap, I got a funky cancer mole.
How'd you know it was gonna be malignant?
Oh, I didn't. I was prepared for both ways. Check my rhymes, cause my mole is B9.
Well then, Bobo, figured out what's causing the fainting?
Men don't faint. We take unintended decisive naps.
It's just vagal syncope. Nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, given your age and your current insurance regulations, they're not gonna let you drive anymore.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm a great driver. Hey, what's up? Nothing. I was about to grab some yogurt.
I don't really know what he has. I feel like I need to look it up.
Hello.
Number one, I need you to prep some forms for Dr. Kelso, get the notes for today's lecture out of my office, and set my DVR to record Big Bang Theory.
I gotta go. Dr. Cox needs me to do a bunch of stuff.
Cox? You leaving me for Cox right now?
Yeah, is that all right?
No, yeah, that's fine. It's just all this talk about, dying is making me think about my childhood dog, Rascal. Flats, paws.
Rascal Flats.
I taught him how to skateboard. He was really good until my dad ran him over. Bastard did it on purpose.
Are you screwing with me?
Yeah, Drew. Make up stories about my dead skateboarding Indian dog and my abusive father just to mess with you. Yeah. Well, just forget it.
No, it's fine. I'll stay.
After our examinations yesterday, we discovered a malignant melanoma on Cole's chest. This slide is a magnified image of Cole's mole. How is it different from a benign one?
Well, it's dark with undefined edges.
You're dark with undefined edges.
That doesn't even make any sense.
You don't make sense.
Okay, you know what? We'll just move on to the questions.
Dr. Tech, doesn't melanoma sometimes spread into lymph nodes?
They caught it early, so that's an extreme scenario.
You're an extreme scenario. I'm sorry, Dr. D. You just keep setting me up.
Well, I gotta get home early anyway. I want to read the internet before they take it down. I'm not exactly...
I know you think the surgery is no big deal, but are you sure you don't want your parents there?
Yeah, I'm good. And besides, they're on some bike trip around Iceland taking pictures of puffins.
What about your boys? I could give them a call for you.
Nah, Topher and Boots are on house arrest for getting into a fight with Chris Angel at a porn convention. Sounded awesome.
It was so strangely specific.
Those fools.
They're your friends. They want to be there for you.
All right, I guess it's cool if they come.
Oh, sweet! Cancer party.
Number one, just exactly what in the hell happened? You didn't do any of the stuff that I asked you to.
I'm sorry, Denise was going through something.
I was in a really emotional place.
You who think that women in labor need to cool it on the emotional theatrics suddenly became a needy girlfriend at the exact same moment that I required number one's help? This one thinks that just because you're having emotionless intercourse, that you are the one med student who will listen to her over me.
Sweetie, ignore him.
One thing I know for sure is that Drew is not going to sacrifice his entire medical career for the steely caress of your cold robot pincers.
Well, let's let him choose.
Your cold robot pincers. That's so good. I'm gonna try and use that one.
I am so sorry to keep you waiting. I've been dancing as fast as I can up there, but I just need 15 more minutes to see another patient, and we will get out of here.
Well, take your time. It's already been 10 minutes. What's 15 more?
Appreciate that you're frustrated. Not being able to drive, losing your independence. It's got to be pretty hard on you.
What the hell are you talking about? Just because we had a couple of nice conversations and a few backyard beers last summer, it doesn't mean we're butching Sundance, all right? So just forget all this soulmate stuff and just go bring the car around.
Find your own way home.
Hey, guys, I wanted to talk to you about something.
You want us to go to Cole's surgery?
How did you know?
It's written on your hand.
It would mean a lot to him if you guys were there.
Really? Because every time I ask him how he is, he shows me his abs and says, ask them.
Look, if you don't want to do it for him, then do it for me.
Maybe.
I tried to make sure Cole wouldn't be alone. Although for some, solitude can be a relief.
Have you seen Drew Suffin, med student, but like 900 years old?
And even if you think you're just fine on your own, you can feel surprisingly abandoned.
I thought you said people were coming. Hey, where did you go?
I went to the campus store and got some things to cheer you up. A Winston University minifan, a license plate frame, and a stuffed.
That thing looks terrifying.
I'm here, we have cupcakes, we can lie in bed and watch TV all day.
No, the remote's broken and it's stuck on the History Channel. Well, I don't need them, and I don't need you either. Okay, so take your cupcakes and your license plate frame, leave the minifan and go.
Whatever you want.
Come on, Lucy! Judge Mathis?
Pick me up, never showed up. I've been out there forever. Help me out with this paperwork thing so I can drive again. It's just some stupid insurance rule.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Yeah. What are you doing here?
I got a text from Drew.
Yeah, me too.
What's going on? You texted me that a patient's coding in here.
You texted me, come and show me your boobs?
Which does raise the question, why did you show up then, Dr. Cox?
That's great.
Dr. Kelso?
Sorry, son, I came in to use the bathroom while you were sleeping.
But I've been watching TV for the last 45 minutes.
You two are my closest relationships in this place. Congratulations. But I cannot handle being stuck in the middle of you guys. You've got to work it out.
You know, we are kind of alike. A lot of my best moves I learned from watching you.
No.
Sorry your mom couldn't make it.
Oh, they're having poppers. That's cute.
So where are your friends?
They never showed up. Man, if one of them needed me, I'd be there. Look, I'm totally freaked out. And I pushed away the one person who was here for me.
Oh, man. Your stinking forms. Enjoy driving again.
What was that?
He just did me a big favor. Even though I was a real douche to him. Then I was just scared about getting old.
Yeah.
Losing my independence. Sucks. The best thing about letting people know how you really feel about them is no matter how big a jackass you've been, they'll still show up for you when times are bad.
Hey, I got your message.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
Yeah.
Then why are you wearing a bra?
I'm not.
Thanks for coming. I was a jerk and you didn't deserve it.
I know you were scared. I'll be here when you get out, okay?
This guy's never prepared for class a day in his life. What say we start with him? The weird shoes, the skinny chicken legs.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, you were right about us. We are so alike.
What have I done?
The opportunity to thank a friend?
That's the good stuff. I swiped it from the bar to Country Club.
You're welcome, Bob.
Hey, look, I know we're gonna be studying late, so I bought you nerds dinner.
Did you rub, graze, touch, dip, drag, or spread your stuff on any part of this?
Wanted to. I just wanted to do something nice for you guys.
Oh, hey, Dr. Kelso's driving again.
Yeah, run.
Oh, yeah. That's about right.
Yeah, look, when my mum lost her license, like, due to her medical conditions, that really did take a lot of time for her to come to terms with it, you know, because you live a life and you have your license for X amount of years. You can go wherever you want. So it is like a really big adjustment to lose your license. And, you know, we kind of had to get used to a new system as well about, you know, me ultimately becoming the person who had to be her transport. So yeah, I can definitely see why Kelso was so frustrated with that one, but you do have to rely on everyone else. And I'm sure many other people have experienced that or have watched people experience that, but yeah. But look, I don't know about where you guys live, but honestly, like, I hate driving the more I have to do it because there's so many idiots on the road these days. But yeah, that was an okay episode. It was kind of cool to see, you know, Cole kind of give us the softer side instead of just being the Joker all the time. I'm not really sure if this episode is going to feel like a finalized product. And I guess that's just because it would depend, right, on whether the network decided not to go ahead with it somewhere in the middle of these 13 episodes, or whether we got to 13 episodes and then the network was like, no, we're going to scrap that. So I'm sure you guys will tell me. This could really go one of two ways. for this episode. So with that said, we're going to jump into the very last episode of Scrubs ever, season 9, episode 13, which is called Our Thanks.
All right, then, listen up, murderers. As you know, we are approaching the end of the semester. The ceremony of thanks is quickly approaching.
That's where you publicly thank the friends and families of the cadavers you've been dissecting this semester.
It's actually a pretty sweet deal for them. After their loved ones are stripped for parts, like a 1998 Mitsubishi Mirage, we treat them to some free cold cuts and a chance to listen to you regurgitate some trite quotes about their family members.
What are you cooking? I can smell it from next door.
It's a wild mushroom and shrimp risotto I learned to make while we're...
That sounds so nice.
Hey, should we get married today?
What?
Well, we've been dating for 4 months. I mean, it's pretty good, right? Let's stop screwing around and just get it over with. Who cares?
We got a great thing going here. You know, why mess with it?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's just an idea.
Okay.
What is she doing?
How great is this cadaver ceremony gonna be? We have to start planning what we're gonna do for you-know-who.
You know, he can't actually hear you. He is a corpse.
I am just excited to honor his memory. Am I the only one that cares about doing something nice for Ben?
Lucy, it's not that we don't care.
I actually do not care.
We all have a lot on our plate, and the cadaver ceremony didn't make the top of the list.
Well, Cole, everything looks great. 2 weeks out, the wound's healed. Test results came back clean. Your cancer's gone.
It's so crazy. Like somebody up there is telling me that I'm supposed to be a surgeon.
Oh, Cole, you don't want to be a surgeon.
Now, just a second there, Gandhi. You've been looking for a protege, and the good Lord answered your prayers.
Oh, Dr. T, I would kill to be your protege.
You don't want to be a surgeon, Cole.
Dr. Turk is right. You'd hate it. All the blood and guts. It's like an amazing horror movie.
I love horror movies. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm more sure about wanting to be a surgeon than I've ever been about anything ever. Okay, I gotta go update my Facebook status, but then I'm gonna come back.
Is this how Todd became Todd?
All right, I am so excited to see what we've all written about Ben. Pass him up. Really? Nothing? The other groups are way ahead of us.
I'm so psyched about this surgery thing. Okay, I already know what I'm gonna call my surgical practice. Cole Cuts.
With a Z?
That's right!
Dude, don't worry about Cole, all right? He never sticks with anything. He said he was gonna learn a new bone in the body every day until he figured out that the penis wasn't actually one of them and quit. Just be tough on him. He'll bail.
So you want to be a surgeon, huh? Well, and you need to understand that it's not about glamour or money or even making a great mix CD for the OR. Long, tedious, and boring.
Oh, I get it. Like episodes of Entourage that revolve around Turtle.
Sometimes you have to stand.
Which one's Turtle?
This clamp right here, this clamp could keep someone alive. That's what you're going to practice right now. You think you can handle it?
I'll stay here as long as it takes.
What the?
Oh, there you are. Can you believe this? Apparently there's water damage in the wall or something.
Yeah, I heard about that. Could be kind of cool, right? I mean, instead of my crappy room and your crappy room, we could have one giant crappy suite. I mean, it'd be kind of like we're living together. You know?
I don't believe that she's not messing with him, but I don't know what her play is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it'd be like. Exactly. Exactly like that. Exactly.
Cole, did you know Ben was president of the Association for Independent Dry Cleaners for the Mid-Atlantic region from 1973 to 1976?
Woman, can't you see I'm in surgery? Look, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this.
Okay, now I know you're not excited about Ben, but would it change things at all if I told you that he had a timeshare?
Whoa, game changer.
Heads up.
Oh, so you're bringing some of your stuff in. Good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on your bed. God, I am liking this.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be back in a jiff.
Okay. I don't like this at all. I like things clean.
Cole, I totally forgot about you. Have you been standing here all day?
I don't know. I can't read old people clocks.
Old people clocks.
Didn't I say that he has what it takes to be a surgeon? Beyond the blind sense of entitlement and complete lack of human empathy, there's the empty, inspiring stuff.
Thank you, Dr. Z. I proved myself, right? So let's go open a brother up.
First of all, why I gotta be a brother? A surgeon has to have a delicate touch and steady hand. Now, I want you to take these tweezers and remove the fortune from this cookie without breaking it.
That's actually pretty easy because they're normally just like halfway out anyways.
Is it bright? Is it too bright? Lots of distractions in surgery. Blood everywhere. There can come a noise to just break your concentration.
He'll do it.
Done. Somebody snare me.
Teach him, he's good.
These bears were in a horrible accident. Like a
Well,
bus
he's showing
crash.
promise
And before you ask, no, I don't know why the bears are on a bus. All you need to do is sew one of these bad boys up before me, and I'll know you have the skills to be a surgeon. Are we clear?
As a vodka tonic.
I'm really disappointed in you guys. Before Ben was our homework, he was a real human being with a job and a son, Eric, who's gonna be here tomorrow. Fine. I'll do it myself. Some people will do anything to hide their true emotions.
It's a big surprise. Oh, curtain.
Yeah. We're good. What do you want to do tonight? Want to get married? Remember that?
Isn't he still married?
Others have no problem telling you exactly what's on their mind.
Done.
I'm not even close.
Oh, man, that bear's in bad shape.
He's gonna keep trying, I'm assuming.
Excuse me, are you Ben Coleman's son?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lucy Bennett. We worked with your father in our anatomy class. And I just wanted to know if there's anything you wanted us to include.
Oh, he's not gonna like him.
Well, how about that he was a miserable, horrible dad who pretty much ruined my childhood, and I'm only here to see him put in the ground.
I guess I could work that in. Eric regaled me with horrible stories about Ben.
He was never around when I was a kid. He cheated on my mom. He didn't call me for 20 years.
Oh, God, do. Step away from the pizza pastry, would you please?
Yeah, but the chemicals taste better when it's hot, so...
Fair enough. I've come to clear up a point of confusion. This is what a protege should look like. It is an empty vessel that I'm filling with knowledge.
Oh, so get the hold stuff.
Cole didn't have what it takes, all right? Come on, he wasn't even serious about it. I bet he's already moved on.
Actually, he hasn't. He's still practicing.
I can fix it.
And the worst part is I had to stay in that room for 17 horse funerals.
Okay. You don't get to pick who needs you as a mentor. Do you realize for the last 8 years I've been saddled with a whiny, clingy lady man? Now, of course, I have young Drew, and although he may be filled with a bubbling rage that I fear cannot be contained very much longer, point is, we don't always get to choose who deserves and who wants our help. That's it.
Why you gotta always ruin pastry time?
Great monologue from him.
Dr. Cox, can I ask you something?
Yes?
When you're in love, how do you set aside your fears so that you can just dive in and follow your heart?
Oh, dear God, Drew, not you. It's happening.
Oh, that's great.
You have to learn to adjust when your expectations don't match the reality. Whether it's about the present state of a relationship,
Taking down the curtain. Sorry I was such a jerk. It's just sometimes the tiniest changes terrify me, and I just need a little time to
Marriage isn't tiny.
Is this a sledgehammer?
Is what a sledgehammer?
This sledgehammer. You really want to put the hole in the wall.
Look, I mean, room and board is expensive. I think that we should live together next year. So, this is where you say...
I'm in love with a sociopath?
Wrong. Yes or no. I mean, it's your life, sort of.
Yes.
Or your expectations about a person's future.
Hey, Cole, you got a sec? Listen, I've been thinking about it. And amazingly enough, the same things that make you a complete douche also give you the potential to be a good surgeon. It'd be an honor to teach you, if that's something you really want.
It might be the first thing I've ever really wanted.
Or even your expectations about somebody's past.
I met Ben on my first day of med school, at a moment when I wasn't really sure if I would make it. In life, I'm sure he had his faults, but in death, he did great things. He brought us together and helped us realize that we couldn't do it all on our own. And he gave his body so that we could become doctors. And for that, we thank him.
Yeah, so as I thought, that didn't feel like a close at all to Scrubs. So you can definitely, I think, feel where they thought they might go into, you know, a season 8 or a full season even of season 9. And I guess that makes sense, right? As usual, guys, we're going to round out the season with the bloopers/gag reel. Again, this one is courtesy of Lights, Camera, Action. The original video will be pinned in the description so you can go and show that channel some love.
Okay, ready, go.
What's the line?
Wow, so he spent 2 weeks, one of them off season, in South Carolina's thermofricada? ¿Qué no pasé?
His name is Keyshawn. Although my parents think his name is Ramesh.
Wow, lying to your parents. Wow.
Dr. D, I really need you to be my blood.
Can you make that up?
I think I heard the word bear fight, but that makes no sense.
The only reason I went eating
LeVar Burton?
Wallaby.
You are gonna hoot, hoot, hoot your...
Pterodactyl.
Gender of frows.
We've really got to get our...
Tusula Bumba.
Yes, Rura.
Oh, he's about to lose it.
What?
No, thank you. I've already had diarrhea today.
Well, I've not pooped in a week, so... I slept with that dude during my fatty phase. He was a monster in the sack bathways.
Is this too much?
I love it when they break.
That's the sexiest pregnant woman I ever seen.
This reminds me of when I...
Mother! Give a little squeeze. A little bit. A little squeezy. A little squeezy squeeze. A little squeezy pill. What's that?
Where is my pastry? Where's my pastry? Where's my pastry?
Granted, that was a really short one, guys, but I think what we'll do next is we might jump into our tier list, because I feel like that is going to inform a lot of my favorite episodes. So starting from the bottom, I've got the Why Are You Here tier. And I made that tier because I felt like I needed something there to... I felt like I needed something in this for the characters who I really felt didn't serve any real purpose in Scrubs as a whole. Then I have my shit list, so the characters that I really couldn't stand. Average Joes and Jolene's for the people who are just kind of like, alright. You Can Stay are for the characters that I really did enjoy in the show for however long they were there. Essential to Sacred Heart are for our characters who really did help progress the story, whether they were guest stars, recurring characters, or you know, part of our main crew. And then Simply the Best is exactly what it sounds like. The characters who were simply the best part of this show. And again, whether they were guest stars, recurring characters, or part of our main crew. So let's get into it. Okay. So I feel like the only way to do this is to really just start where our pins are. So we're starting with Benji. I don't think it should be any surprise that he's going straight to Simply the Best. Like, I wish I wasn't I wish I wasn't as biased about this one as I am, but I am. It's Brendan Fraser. I love anything he's in, so Benji goes straight to the top. Simply the Best. I remember the reaction that I had when I saw him come into the show for the first time. I feel that way anytime I see his face pop up, so no one should be surprised at that. Carla. Look, I think I felt like Carla was a really necessary character. Like, she really was almost like our compass in this show. So she kind of guided everyone, you know, where they needed to be. She had her moments where, you know, she would say the wrong thing or things that I didn't agree with. Particularly that episode, I think, where she was kind of attacking... Was she attacking Elliot? There was a particular episode she was attacking Elliot, and she was... I think she was pregnant, from memory. And someone was just kind of like, that's a bit much. And I was like, I agree. So Carla's had her moments, and then, you know, the whole her having dinner with her ex thing when she was engaged. There were moments where we really did get to see her flaws. So, yeah, but all in all, she was the compass for this show. But I didn't hate her, but I didn't think she was one of my favorites. I don't think she was ever one of my favorites. But she was essential to Sacred Heart and to Scrubs, so she is going in that tier. Perry Ulysses Cox. This show would not be as funny as it was without... I forgot his name. My God. It's McGinley, right? Something McGinley. Anyways, his acting through this show was amazing. He had really funny moments, he had really emotional moments, and he somehow was able to deliver so perfectly on every single scene that he was in. I don't think there was a single episode where I thought he had a bad performance. And he, you know, like I say, Carla's our compass, right? But he also had moments where he had to guide our characters. So he was really, really important, and I think it's foundational to establishing the tone of what Scrubs is. So that on top of his comedic performance, I just loved him, so he has to go up into Simply the Best. Who's this? Bumbag. Doug. I don't think I started calling him Doug till about season 5, I don't know, but he was also very, very fun. I really enjoyed his contributions to the show. I don't think he was an essential character, but I definitely enjoyed him, so he's going into the 3rd tier. We'll keep him, he can stay. Elliot. This might be controversial, but I don't love Elliot as a character. Like, I think in the beginning it really took me a long time to warm up to how she was written, because she is incredibly neurotic, and I think for me as a person, I don't have a lot of patience for that kind of thing. I know for me, if she were a real person and we worked in the same areas, I would be avoiding her like the plague, because we would definitely have personality clashes. So like, but I don't think that she's essential to the story, and I think that, I don't know, I think season 9, you know, as, you know, strange as it was, kind of showed that a little bit. So I might catch some flack for this, guys, but she's going in the you can stay category, because I don't hate her character, but I also don't think I value her character as much as I do Carla. But that's just me. Jack, It feels weird that there's a child character in here for me to judge because this kid really wasn't in the show that much. But I kind of like that Jack did soften Perry a little bit, right? So, I don't think he's an average Joe. I think he's gonna go in the Why Are You Here column, but not for any other reason than I don't really like. I feel like if Cox didn't have a child, even if he just got back with Jordan, maybe like without her being pregnant, you know, I feel like that could have swung that way as well. So I mean, that's just that. That shouldn't surprise anyone. Dr. Jan Itor is straight to the top. He was my favorite character of this entire series. And it kind of started off as Ted, but I noticed, I think maybe around season 4 or 5, as the janitor became more of a centralized character, he just nailed his performance. And I think that like bringing him in as a centralized character also kind of made Ted dip a little bit, because we didn't have Ted consistently, I think, as we got further away from it. It was kind of like it was either Ted or the janitor. So that is where I put him. Again, every single one of his lines perfectly delivered. He knew exactly who his character was. Some of my absolute favorite moments from the seasons, like, will be because of him, or because of his lines. So, oh my god, I've got the hiccups. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, so that's where he's gonna be. And that should not surprise a single person. Hilarious. John Dorian. He's gonna go next to Carla in Essential to Sacred Heart. Obviously he is our lead. I think where you know, I had my issues with JD is I just think it took so long for him to get to a point where I like really appreciated him. So, you know, we watch these TV shows and we always talk like, you always want to see like a character's arc, right? And he always kind of came back a little bit to his inner child, which again, I think it's just me as a person, not like, I think that's just me having that personality clash, thinking about like if I met him, if I met a real John Dorian, again, much like Elliot, I'd be steering clear. I don't have the capacity to deal with the kind of energy that somebody like JD puts out. But I want to be really clear. I'm not saying that I don't like people like that. I think that in a professional setting, I would struggle, is all I'm saying. So I think because we're seeing so much of how he is, but in his workplace is what kind of bothers me a little bit. And I know that it's fiction, guys. I know that there's people saying I'm too woke in the comments or whatever, but that's how I felt watching it. Jordan. I think she's just gonna go into Average Joe's. Because I feel like she wasn't there enough. You know, she kind of stuck her head in every now and then. She's not my favorite. I really didn't like her when she first turned up, much like Elliot. So I think I kind of appreciated her character, you know, where we were going in the beginning, but I'm also like, I don't think she did enough for me in the show. Like she really, yeah, again, she really softened, I think she really softened Dr. Cox, but again, I think if they didn't have that particular storyline, it would have been something else that, you know, kind of led us into see a little bit more of Dr. Cox. So Kelso's in my second tier because we really needed to have a villain early on in the show, and then we established it from the first episode. It was like, excellent, he's nothing but a big pair of scrubs to him. We've got our villain. So he did a really good job of portraying that, like, you know, for the first X amount of seasons before we got any real insight to Kelso as a person. So I think I really appreciated the way that he was written, and seeing him having to make the tough calls in hospital, and just like the little things that we got, you know, glimpses of when he would find a patient that he really liked. And I think it was Private Dancer. Like, I really appreciated that episode, and the episode where he let Dr. Cox fire someone, you know, because it was like, oh, okay, well, you can see why he's such an asshole. He's got all these pressures, blah, blah, blah. And he was also a man that was very stuck in his ways, and we had moments where we saw him grow a little bit. So I just really think that his character was very well established from the beginning. Was he my favorite? No, but he was essential to the show. Laverne. Laverne's gonna go in my average Jolene's column. No, she's gonna go up one. She's gonna go and You Can Stay. So I changed that last minute because I really do think Laverne should have stayed. You know what? I'm gonna have to bring Elliot down one because I said that the third tier was for my favorites. This is harder than I thought it would be, but I'm keeping Laverne in the third tier because she was one of my favorite recurring characters, and she was so funny. She really did have a lot of one-liners that I'm glad, you know, made it into the show. And she's somebody that we had from the beginning. So I really do wish that the actress was able to stay on the show. It was a very interesting decision for her to be killed off. And I know that I was super sick when I filmed those episodes, but I don't know, I really liked having her. And I know we did get her back as Shirley, but it wasn't the same. And from memory, I don't think Shirley was around for long either, but yeah. It's no surprise, guys. Ted straight to the top. I think if the janitor hadn't come in as much as he did later into the season, Ted would remain my favorite character. He was great. I loved everything. His performance, and he and the Workless Peons, like, every time they came on screen, I was so happy. I loved it every time they performed. I have nothing but good things to say about that character, and I'm so sad that the actor has passed away, but it's very clear that he's left something incredible behind in this character. So he is simply the best. Todd. Now, it was like a joke that just put him straight to my shit list. It just was so not funny, and I remember saying that during the reaction. And I know, like, this is a product of its time, right? But I just could not, like, my brain could not compute that, and I really did try to, like, let it go, but I just wasn't interested in his character anymore after that particular joke. So yeah, that's where he's ending up. Turk is simply the best. I think the difference between I think the difference between Turk and JD is that Turk was easier for me to handle, and I think that's partly because of us only getting JD's perspective, right? So we're getting his narration, which is also can be kind of a detriment, I think, when you're over explaining things in any narration. I don't know if anybody's watched this show called The Summer I Turned Pretty here, but there's a lot of narration in that, and so sometimes that's really annoying. And I think because we didn't get that with Turk a lot, I know we got it a couple times where he kind of passed the story over, but I think that because we didn't get that with him, it kind of made him a little bit easier to swallow it, because I know that they have the same nature, he and JD. But I think we also got like more progression from his character earlier than we did for JD, so he was a little bit more exciting to watch. And so having done season 9, he really did carry a lot of that on his back, along with is it John McGinley? So that's why he's up there. Cabbage, why are you here? Like, I understand, you know, why he was there early on, but then he just kept popping up, and I was like, look, it's great for the actors, but also, why are you here? Like, you know, a bit of familiarity, but it wouldn't have made a difference if we had another extra. Jimmy the overly touchy orderly. I like this actor, and I'm trying really hard not to be biased. Look, I don't think he did anything for the show, but I'm gonna put him in Average Joe because I liked him when he was on screen. Whereas, yeah, I feel like I didn't get that from Cabbage, whatever his name is. But he was great. He's in a Disney movie called Stuck in the Suburbs. I don't know if anyone saw that, but he's also married to Kobe Smulders. I just cannot remember his name, and that's gonna annoy me. Gary Blauman, How I Met Your Mother, whatever. Lady, she can stay. I really liked her, and I was glad that she joined, mostly because I was happy for the janitor. So she was actually one of my favorites when she was with us. I saw a comment come in, I think, in one of the earlier seasons, and they were like, oh, that's Lady. And of course I didn't understand that till I got further in, but that was quite funny. Is this Beard for Say? Some of their names, guys, I'm not going to remember. Look, I'm going to put him in... Oh, I'm gonna put him in Average Joe, in the Average Joe's column. Again, he probably wasn't my favorite recurring character, but I did enjoy him while he was there. And honestly, the same goes for Colonel Sanders, whose name I can't remember. I remember there was one episode where we did actually learn who they were, because JD kept calling them all these weird names, or his own nicknames. Dan. I really enjoyed Dan. Again, he was probably one of my favorite recurring characters. I also love the actor. I'm not being biased, I promise, but he really did drive a lot of the story, particularly in moments where, you know, we were going through big things for JD. He also had a really good character arc, so I really enjoyed his character in, you know, I think like maybe 95% of the episodes. Tara Reid, whose character's name I don't remember. I think we're gonna have to put her in Average Joe's as well. Oh. No, look, she's gonna go in You Can Stay. Or is she? Oh. Did I like her more than I liked... Did I like her more than her sister? What's her sister's name again? Jordan. Oh my god. See, that's how bad my memory is, you guys. I don't know. I didn't. She was in some important episodes. But she probably wasn't one of my favorites either, but she did probably, I think, more to drive JD's story than Jordan. I know that JD's not the only character and Jordan did more for Dr. Cox, but I don't know, I just feel like I didn't like either sister that much. Denise, look, I Look, it probably took me a little bit to settle into Denise as a character as well, so she's going to go in my third column. I really liked her, especially again in season 9 when these, you know, original characters from the main series were really actually driving season 9. I thought that she was very essential to that story, and in fact, I think there were parts of season 9 where she should have been actually narrating, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, she was kind of like a really different character, especially for the women. So I just like that she gave us something different. I can't remember the character name. He's going and you can stay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, this, again, guys, the name's not gonna get it, but this was, I believe, Turk's mentor early on. I don't think he was essential to the show, but I remember him well. He wasn't a favorite. I'm gonna put him in Average Joe's. Ed is look, as much as I love him, he was in and out, and I know people said that was because he got another job, so he's going in Average Joe's as well. Masai Oka, I think is how you say his name. I'm sorry if that's wrong. I liked him, but he's going in Average Joe's purely because he wasn't in there long enough. I think if he had been in there for longer in more episodes, he would have been upper tier. Oh, this neurotic character, shit list. And you know why? Because he tried to sue Turk, and I'll forever remember that, because I used to think that he was such an interesting recurring character early on, but after the episode where he was ready to sue Turk, I was like, he's going on my shit list. Hooch, he can stay, even if he is crazy, okay? Because I love Phil Lewis, and I really enjoyed him in the episodes that he was in. He wasn't really essential to the story, but I really enjoyed him, so he can stay. Oh, what's this character's name? I really liked her character. We got her several times. I somehow think she was bubbly without being irritating to me, like some other characters. So she's going and you can stay, because I would have loved it if she could have. But we all know how that ended for her. Was it Jill? I think it's Jill. We're gonna move straight on to Keith, who I absolutely loved. I loved him. He was a golden retriever, and I honestly think that's where Elliot should have gone. Don't come for me. He just made me happy every time he came on screen. I just loved his character. Who's that? Oof, Kim. I think Elizabeth Banks was really good. And you know what? I'm actually gonna put her in, I'm gonna put her in Essential to Sacred Heart, because I do think that I liked her as a character, despite the massive flaw of not telling JD he was gonna be a character. Actually, no, you know what? She's going down one for that. But she really did a lot for JD's progression, so she's going there. So I did like her. She was one of my favorites. She can hang out there. Oh, I forget his name with the hook hand. I'm gonna put him in Average Joe's, because I enjoyed his performances, but I didn't love him. He was only in a handful, so that's why he's there. I can't remember anybody's names, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just my life, honestly. It's not Lenny, is it? Is it Lenny? He had a lot of issues, but I really did enjoy his character. He was so funny. I think he was probably not in as many as we got towards the end of the seasons, but I enjoyed him. No, this is Lenny, right? I'm gonna put him in Average Joe's. Again, yeah, just kind of like, I mean, no, you know what? He's actually going down. He's going on Why Are You Here? Did he do anything for the story? I think he had very small moments. But I don't think he did like enough as our characters here. Like maybe even he should go down there. Like it's fine, like, but why are you here? I don't know, guys. I'm conflicted in some of these moments. He is going straight into here because we all know what he did, which is really crazy. Heather Graham. I forget her name. I forget the character's name, but she was the psychologist. She's gonna go in You Can Stay. She really did a lot for Turk and JD, and both of their storylines to progress it. Randall, look, I'm gonna put him in Average Joe. He definitely wasn't in it enough. I'm sure this actor had plenty of work to do, but he just wasn't in it enough for me to really like fall in love with his character. I did really like him though, so he's going in Average Joe's. This beautiful man is going straight up there next to Keith. Is anyone surprised at that? Golden Retriever, beautiful man, really genuinely beautiful character. I don't think he had a single flaw in this show, did he? Did he have a bad moment in the show? I don't know. Snoop Dogg resident or Snoop Dogg attending. Troy is going to go in Average Joe's because I feel like, again, like Randall, I would have liked to have seen more of him, and it just didn't happen. I think I'm happy with that, you guys. So that's how my tier list looks. Two other people that I would have included in this tier list are Mandy Moore and also Carla's brother, and they both would have been in the You Can Stay column. I really enjoyed those two as well. I don't think anybody should be surprised at my Simply the Best tier. Let me know who would have been in your top tier as well in the comments, guys, but that's probably what mine looked like, and there's probably more reasons that I could go into for all of these characters, but we probably don't have time for that. First, I'm going to break down my favourite episode of the season, and then have a look at that season as a whole, and then when we're done, I'm going to talk about which season was my favourite. Season 1. Honestly, it's no contest. Season 1, episode 22. I don't remember what it was called. I'll put it up here, but this was the Brendan Fraser introduction. Remember this? I only caught about half of that, but regardless, I've never seen any of those movies that he said. Are you joking me?
I'm comfortable hugging a guy right about now. This is gonna end well for
The level of excitement that I had when he was introduced is unmatched for this show. I don't think there was another moment like that. I just love Brendan Fraser. I can't help it. There's no contest. It took me a little bit, I think most of that first season, to really settle into the humor and the style and the comedic timing of what the show was trying to establish itself to be. So I think once we got to the back end, I became more and more comfortable with it, and with you guys as well, and watching the show. And it's funny for people, I think, that have showed up late and comment that I'm, again, being too woke, right? That's how I kind of felt about the first season. I wasn't quite there for most of it, I think, in terms of the humor. But it got better as it went. And it got even better at episode 22. Season 2, I'm pretty sure my favourite episode was episode 13, and again, can't remember the name, it'll be up there. From memory, this was the episode where Turk proposed, but it was also the episode, I think, where we got like our first big musical moment, and I loved it. I had goosebumps. I remember having goosebumps when I watched this episode in particular. And again, I don't know who that lady was playing the patient in this one, but she was excellent, and I really enjoyed that whole 20 minutes. And I'm pretty sure Lady, that's the episode that Lady makes an appearance in. I also thought that season 2 in general was a huge step up from the first season. I think by then the show had really settled into what it was going to be moving forward, and I think that by that episode the characters were well established, where we could see them venture off and make these big changes, like get married and like, you know, start these new relationships, and we knew exactly who our characters were as people. So by season 2 I was pretty much in it. Like I said, I think it took me that time to really appreciate all of the characters. Okay, so season 3, it was definitely episode 22, which was also the finale. And I loved that episode. Again, I remember saying why I loved that episode, and I loved it for multiple reasons. We had Scott Foley. Scott Foley was in that episode for 1. 2, my hair looked great while it was still in its like short little afro stage. 3, they had 8 Days a Week by the Beatles, and it was performed by the Worthless Peons. And 4, that video went up around my mum's birthday, and that was one of her favorite songs. And I remember being quite impacted by that emotionally. So there was just a lot of different things that I really enjoyed about that episode. But it was the first where Scrubs also really made me cry, you know, for the reasons it did. But I thought that that was probably one of the best season finishes or season finales that we got in this show. And that might sound quite weird because it was also a point in the show where I was really like seeing red about the JD and Elliot relationship. I remember absolutely hating on JD and Elliot and all of their shit that they had going on towards the back end of season 3. And, you know, I was always team Sean, but it wasn't to be. I think this is also like the season that was most impactful in terms of our other characters. So I know this is the season where Benji, you know, passed away, and that was really brutal. But like this season as a whole, I thought was really good creatively. There are a lot of really good writing choices. So yeah, season 3 was a good one. Favorite episode, episode 17. That was so fun. This episode in particular was so refreshing, and it was something completely different than what we had seen in the show before. And the way that they stylized it, it really was just so much fun. And I love my musical moments. And you know what's really interesting is I had heard of Clay Aiken before, who you guys told me was the who played Kenny. I had never listened to him prior to watching this episode, but I did definitely you know, have a little bit of a listen to him after I saw your comments telling me who he was. But I just really liked the creative approach that they took with this episode in particular. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Once again, I think season 4 outshone season 3. It just it climbed and climbed for me, honestly. But we had great guest stars in this season too. I think this was the season that Colin Farrell came in. We had a lot of Worthless Peons from memory. Is this a season where we had Elliot's transformation with her short hair, and Scott Foley came back, you know, working with dolphins, and I think I geeked out over the animals a little bit, and the janitor became more central. So I'm pretty sure that this, a lot happened in season 4 from memory. So yeah, again, it climbed. Season 4 was a really good one, but that particular episode with Clay Aiken, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Episode 20. This is probably the first of my favorite episodes where it's not because of something comedic or musical related. I believe this is the the rabies episode where Doctor Cox was trying to get all of the transplants. It was just a great performance, I think, from everyone in this episode. And I think the audience was really kind of on edge as well. I do remember specifically reading a lot of comments about this episode in particular, and that it was so, this is what makes Scrubs great, is the storytelling and the heart. And, you know, it kind of shows why we do love all of these characters in their capacity as doctors, because they do feel it when they're patients, you know, unfortunately don't make it. So we had a lot of really eye-opening moments, I think, from that episode in particular. And I was really sad to see Jill go. She was a great character. I would actually say that behind that episode is probably episode 16, because I think that was the one where the janitor was trying to bug Turk instead of JD, which was quite funny. But there were so many great moments in season 5, and I can see why people kind of declare that as the best one. I think every episode was pretty solid, so yeah. Season 5, again, better than season 4 if you ask me. I really struggled through filming season 6. I was so unwell, and I really tried to not let that show. So I was really, really grateful, particularly through that season, you know, with everyone being really patient for me. I think a couple episodes were a bit slow to get out or behind schedule, but this was the season with the musical episode, which I think was the 100th episode, and I loved it. It was great. I loved getting to hear Guy Love, which I would then hear unknowingly, which I would then hear, you know, multiple times for the rest of the show. Most of my reaction to season 6, I probably looked quite lethargic in a lot of the episodes, and most of that was due to health reasons, but in particular for the musical episode. The other, I suppose, caveat to that is that sometimes when you're hearing original music, it's kind of hard because you're trying to listen to the lyrics, etc. And so sometimes this happens for any musical, right, that I'm new to, but I actually want to hear the music and the lyrics. So I don't know, it might have come off like I wasn't enjoying it, but I really did. And I had a great time editing that and trying to, you know, keep in all the funny moments, like Carla singing to Turk that she's Dominican, and hearing Guy Love and trying to get as much of that in as I could. And I think that they did it in a really smart way of it being in the patient's head. But this was also the season that Isabel was born. It was also the season that we found out that Kim was pregnant, having come into the show. And like, again, this was a big season. There was a lot of stuff that happened in this season. I think this is also the season where Elliot started dating Keith, right? And I really enjoyed them as a couple, so season 6 was good. I'm not going to say it's better than season 5. I think it was probably on par. Another season with a lot of really, really great moments that I absolutely loved. I think the only reason I'm not saying it's better than season 5 is because it's the season that we killed off Laverne. Maybe it would have been better than season 5. No. Season 5 was really solid every single episode. Season 6, we killed off Laverne, and so that is what is going to keep it at level with season 5. Maybe it should even be under, like, one below season 5. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now, this was our reduced season from memory, so I didn't really have a lot to pick from. But what I do remember was being absolutely sick as a dog between filming season 6 and season 7. So I had COVID and influenza and something else, well, tonsillitis for the first time ever. So it was a nightmare. And I remember I think one of my favorite lines of the janitor happened in season 7, episode 6. And it was when he was telling, like, he was, like, you know, just letting all of his truths out to Lady. And he said something like, I don't believe in the moon, I just think it's the other the other side of the sun, or something like that. And I thought that was hilarious. And I remember actually trying really hard not to laugh while filming that episode, because my throat was still recovering from the tonsillitis, and I would have laughed so much harder. I'm laughing just thinking about it, but that is definitely one of my most favorite lines of his. It was just like so random, and he delivered it with like such truth in his voice, so I just felt like he did it so well. But yeah, that was definitely, so I think that just wins for my favorite episode, because it was so freaking funny in the moment. That being said, I think season 7 was probably also my least favorite. And a lot of that was like, not only was it a reduced season because of, you know, these reasons that you guys highlighted for me, but it was also the reason where I lost all respect for Todd. I definitely think that the first 6 episodes of season 7 were the better half. I didn't really like, you know, the few episodes that they had at the end. So I was pretty happy when season 7 was going to be, you know, over relatively quickly after those episodes that weren't so great. Now, this is kind of breaking the rules a little bit, but I have 2 favorites, but they're for very, very different reasons. Actually, no, you know how I'm going to change it. I have a favorite, but I also have an honorable mention, okay? Scrubs Season 8, Episode 2. One of the best patient stories that they've had on the show overall, across all episodes. I can't remember his name. Was it Greg? Oh, what was his name? It feels rude of me to forget it because he was such a good character. But it was the gentleman who didn't have family and he just wanted a beer. Oh my goodness, that episode broke my heart. And I really loved the storytelling that we got, you know, through that entire episode. Again, that was a great, you know, 25 minutes or so. I really loved this from start to finish. I don't know where that actor is now playing that patient, but I hope he got several roles after that because he made me feel, you know, everything that he was feeling in his situation. I thought that, you know, Donald Faison and Zach Braff did a really, really beautiful job in that episode. It was really touching. And it was, again, one of the few times that I've cried during this show. I don't think I cried that much, did I? Now, my honorable mention, is it episode 5? I think it's episode 5 where oh my god, Doctor Cox and the janitor were interacting, and there was like a moment where they were just sharing in their mutual, there was a moment, I think, where they were just sharing in their mutual hatred for everyone, and I was just like, that is hilarious. I think there was a moment where they were talking about just like attacking someone, and you just saw the janitor walk past with his arm out like he was gonna just grab this guy and abuse him for no reason, and you know, and I just thought the way that was shot was so funny. It was, I'm pretty sure it's the thumbnail for episode 5 and 6 when I was copying it. But yeah, I think after what season 7 produced, I was really happy to see a lot of, you know, really good writing come back in for season 8. And this is also the season where we had Aziz come in and, you know, a lot of our other interns who I think were intended to carry into what would be season 9. But I really enjoyed season 8. I don't think there were many episodes in season 8 that I didn't like either. I was pretty well happy with how season 8 went. Oh, season 9. Season 9, episode 7. I remember saying that I thought that was my favorite. I remember thinking that the jokes just landed better for that episode. Now, season 9 as a whole, I think it got better the longer it went on. I think actually the last 4 episodes were probably on the better side. I think that the decision to bring in Zach Braff and Sarah Chalk and you know, even Donald Faison, I think that it was confusing. It was like, you can kind of appreciate what they were trying to do, which is something I said a lot as I was actually watching the show. I was trying to really appreciate the effort that they were making and to make this show something new but also try and make it feel familiar. And I think that bringing in those characters was the wrong way to do it. I think I said early on when I was watching it that the only thing that made sense to me was Kelso, because he's retired, and that would have made a bit more sense for him to be teaching classes at a med school. I even think if they had have just like moved the hospital, called it Sacred Heart, and then kind of fed that into the story as we went, rather than immediately coming in with JD doing a narration saying they knocked down the old hospital and moved it onto the university campus or the med school campus, whatever it was. Like that just, you kind of watch it and at first instance you're like, what do you mean? So I think that there was probably a smarter way to weave that in, but I think that a lot of that might have had to do with, you know, the writers trying to fight for it to be called med school, and then the network saying no, it's Scrubs, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think the beginning of it was really confusing, and then he would, like, JD would pop out and Elliot would come back in, and obviously a massive time jump. They're married, someone's pregnant. Turk's now got 2 girls, which we learn, you know, several episodes in, but we learned that Enid died, which was really sad because I was really hoping to meet her or his son at some point. I think that just would have been cool. We got a couple cameos through season 9. We got, was it Sunny Day? Dr. Sunny Day popped in for an episode, and then we got Jordan pop in for an episode. Like, I feel like this was a really hard balance because JD would be narrating a section, and then our new characters in Lucy and the other med students, like Lucy would narrate all the time, and it's no disrespect to the actress, but it just, her narration just didn't work for me, and I don't know, like, I'm still having trouble working out why that is, and I don't know if it's just because I didn't like her character. I don't know, I feel like she was the wrong character for the narration. Like I said as I got further into it as well, that I thought even Denise doing a bit of the narration would have been good for that, because she was almost like a bridging character between the two worlds. We didn't really do a lot on the side of the medicine side of things. It was very med school focused. I think there were a couple situations where they came into the hospital, otherwise they were working on cadavers, which is fine, right? It's a spin-off, or that's the intention, but confusing. And I think that the reason that things worked at the back end of this season is because JD and Elliot just weren't there in those last 4 episodes. And I think that that really helped because we had to focus on the med students. So I also think that oh, my hairband's gone off. I also think that the narration should have been shared. I don't think it should have always been Lucy doing it, because I feel like even in the titles, it wasn't called my blank, it was called our blank. So I think that that was a mistake, only giving the narration to Lucy. I think that that should have been shared around with our med students, the way that, you know, we kind of got other perspectives in the main show. But I think that they really should have done that in every episode. All we got was Lucy's point of view and JD's point of view, which we didn't need. He honestly did not need to be in this spin-off, if you ask me. If he came back for the first episode in kind of like a passing the torch kind of way, I would have understood it. But the fact that he just popped in randomly, it's confusing. So I think that there could have been real benefit in having Cole's point of view and the Australian character's point of view, whose name I've forgotten because she was barely used in it. I think that that is a missed opportunity. I think not having the Australian character in it more, especially for those interactions with Doctor Cox, I think that was a missed opportunity, because that would have been hilarious, knowing how much he hates Hugh Jackman and the Wiggles, and they really could have played that up. We did get a lot of Drew, or number 1, which I did enjoy his character, but again, I missed opportunity not getting his inner monologue. I spent half of season 9 a bit confused, and I spent the other half actually enjoying it. I think we had our security guards for like 3 or 4 episodes and they disappeared, you know, like there were just things that were really inconsistent. So I can see that there was the potential to make it something bigger, but I can also see why Scrub fans were like, what is this? So I can see both sides of it. I hope you guys come back to these videos when you just want to hang out with your mate, Splint, you know, and watch a couple episodes together. This is the biggest show I've done on my channel in terms of, you know, the volume of content. And in between that, I've had the most health issues I have ever had in my adult life. I want to give you guys a massive, massive thank you for watching this show with me, and I have really spent, I mean, this is one of the first shows that I did, really. I think I did Wednesday season 1 before I did Scrubs, and I've done a lot during that time in terms of kind of trying to work out what works for me in the YouTube world and how I wanted to, you know, present my content and edit my videos, and I tried different things during this show. So some of the videos, you know, from season 1, they look so different to what I produce now. I've learned a lot in terms of editing and you know, creating content, and a lot of that is down to some of the feedback that you guys have given me, mostly positive, thankfully. But I really, really do appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys didn't show up, I would have stopped making content, because it is work. It is work to do this much. And I said this early on, but you know, I'm somebody who works a full-time job, plus I'm studying this year, plus I've got other things on. I'm very active in sports, so it's a lot to come home and, you know, record and then edit and then deal with copyright and then have to do that for every single video. So thank you guys for showing up. Oh, I guess I'll announce the new show, but I put it, if you guys don't know, I put up polls in the post tab. I put up 3 polls probably months back now about what I was considering doing next. And I was going to choose from the winner of each of those 3 polls. So it ended up being between Ted Lasso, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Anne with an E. So the new show is going to be Anne with an E. I think that poll in particular, the 3rd poll, there were 85 votes, whereas the other 2 were only around the 30 to 40 mark. So it seemed like that was the most popular poll, and it was the winner. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. I'm probably going to be doing Buffy after that, because I think Ted Lasso is still going, and I don't have a, I realized I don't have a subscription for that platform. And I'm about to go back to a job that I don't love, and it's a pay cut, so I'm gonna be very poor. So I guess if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my Patreon. There's like a tip jar tier over there, because every little bit helps make these videos possible. Thank you so much for watching this video and all of the Scrubs videos with me. If you enjoyed this reaction and this Scrubs recap, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel for future TV reactions and movie reactions that will be dropping along the way. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!